Well. It took your time getting here. I mean, you're last 3 years late. Or 2 years. I don't know how long it's been, but y'all late. But y'all back. Hello, everyone. I was Good Guy, back in the video, and yes, Spooky Scary Monday is finally back. I know it took a long hiatus on Chris Kinson. Why was this week's Scary Sunday? You told us that you're going to try to do some more Spooky Scary Sundays this year, but so far we've only had, I think, either one or two Spooky Scary Sundays this year, so just like it. Anyways, y'all like it too, like I said at the beginning of this video. Double it next week, please. Anyways, I have 5 videos picked up for us. First one comes from Watching Entertainment. Classic on Queen's Kitty House about Wendy's. I think it's actually interesting. I look at McDonald's at Wendy's, and I think I like McDonald's better than Wendy's food, in my opinion. So, yeah, let's see what this is about. People, height, and it's 5 minutes. So, let's get straight into this. What would this do?
My name is Hayden. This happened to me about a year ago when I was 17. It was the middle of the day, and I was at a rehearsal for a sketch comedy group. It was lunchtime, and my friend, let's call him Ron, asked if I wanted to go with him to get something to eat. I agreed, got in the passenger seat of his car, and we started looking for a fast food place. Ron spotted a Wendy's nearby and asked if I wanted to eat there. I said, sure. When we got inside, there was a short line. One person in the line stood out to me. There's a man who looked to be in his mid-20s, African-American with a hoodie, gray sweatpants, and sandals. He looked normal, nothing out of the ordinary, but I had a gut feeling that there was something wrong here. Something about it just felt off. When it was our turn to order, the man left through a side door that was on the opposite side of the building from the entrance that we had used. We ordered our food, and Ron chose a table that was right next to the door the man had just left through. We sat down across from each other. I looked out the window, and I noticed that there was a red bike parked right outside, but I didn't think anything of it.
Yeah.
I reached into my bag to grab my food. When I looked back up at Ron, I froze. The man was outside the window, staring at Ron from behind. His eyes were wide, bloodshot. Creeped me out, to say the least. Ron hadn't noticed it, but then I saw something that scared me. On his back was a holster, and in that holster was a machete.
Oh.
I looked back at Ron, lowered my voice. Ron, don't look behind you. There's a man staring at you from outside, and he has a machete. Ron's expression changed, but he didn't panic. He simply sat there and said, okay. We sat there quietly, not knowing what to do other than wait for the man to leave. We looked at each other and started to smile and giggle uncomfortably to lighten the mood. The man finally moved after about a minute or two, and I watched him to see where he would go. He moved around to the back of the restaurant, pressed his face up against another window. Again, he stared at us with these wide, bloodshot eyes, and I could see the handle of the machete clearly. I tried to think of what I should do next, so I got up and went up to an employee, told him what was happening, and asked him to call the police.
Yeah, please.
He gave me this lazy look and said that, I will. I went back to my seat and got an idea. I wanted to take a picture of the man, to show the police, but I didn't want the man to know it. So I took out my phone and aimed it at Ron while very subtly angling it to get that creepy man in the background. Smile, I said to Ron. He seemed to understand what I was implying, and he faked a pose. After taking the pictures, I noticed that the few other people in the restaurant still somehow hadn't noticed this man, so I got up and told them.
Yeah,
and when they saw him, I could tell that they were frightened. They started to talk amongst themselves about what should they do. Well, I thought about trying to leave, but with the man outside, I did not want to take that risk, knowing who knows what he would do if we tried to leave. The man could also easily come inside and do God knows what, and I realized that we were pretty much trapped. The man still had his face pressed up against the glass, standing perfectly still, staring at us with these wide, bloodshot eyes. I soon realized that the worker had never actually called the police, because if he had, they would have been there by that time. So I got annoyed and decided to take things into my own hands. I took out my phone again and I dialed 911. As soon as I did, the man moved. My heart dropped.
Finally.
The man started to circle his way back around to the side door
What
next
about
to our
left?
table. I thought that he was going to come inside. Instead, luckily, he got on that bike that was parked right outside our window, and he rode away. I watched as he rode behind another building, and I breathed this sigh of relief.
Weird.
Ron got the restaurant manager while I described what the man looked like to the police. He told me that they would look for him, but they probably wouldn't be able to charge him with anything since he technically hadn't really committed any crimes. All they could do was ban him from the location. The police told us to stay put until they called back, so Ron and I sat down back at our table to finish our meal. And while we were eating, I was obviously afraid that the man would come back, but luckily he never did. We saw police in their cars outside searching for him. When the police finally called back, they told me that they couldn't find anyone who fit the description I gave them, but they were sure it was safe to leave.
Of course.
So I thanked them and hung up. When we finished food, we carefully stepped outside and looked around to make sure that the man was truly gone. Then we dashed for the car, drove back to theater practice. I had to call our director and explain why we were 30 minutes late. When we got back, Ron and I had a good laugh about it with our friends about the experience, but I'm 18 now and the man has still never been caught. Ron and I still like to talk about the story from time to time. We think that he was definitely some sort of mentally ill, and I'm pretty sure that he was on some sort of drugs since his eyes were so bloodshot. I try to think of logical reasons for why he could possibly have a machete. Like, maybe he was a gardener or something, but that really still wouldn't explain his weird behavior. I'm sure he didn't have any good intentions, and I'm glad the series of events ended up playing out the way that it did, because things could have ended up much, much worse.
Ooh. Yeah, that was good. That was good. That's watching. Man, that was nice all with. Now that's scary, but alright. So that's watching. Now go to another great skissing classic, Llama Arts. Llama Arts haven't learned that much, so there's not be that many videos that they really upload. So I think that we just have a 1 minute 43 sequence. I know a short one, but again, like I said, they barely upload more. So yeah. Anyway, next one is an AI winning horror story. So AI is taking over the whole entire world. So yeah, let's see if I can tell this AI or not.
It was Halloween night, and I was home alone. I had planned to spend the evening watching scary movies and eating candy, but I started to feel uneasy as the night went on. I tried to rationalize it away, telling myself that it was just the spooky atmosphere of the holiday. But I couldn't shake the feeling that something was wrong. I was about to check all the locks and go upstairs when I heard a noise coming from the basement. I froze, listening intently. There it was again, a faint scuffling sound. Someone was definitely down there. Without thinking any further, I grabbed a baseball bat and crept quietly down the stairs. I peered around the corner, bat at the ready, but there was nothing there. The basement was empty. I slowly made my way over to the other side, heart pounding in my chest. Again, there was nothing there. I was starting to feel like a fool. Maybe it was just the wind or something. I was about to go upstairs when I heard the noise again. Only this time it was coming from right behind me. I turned around slowly, bat held out in front of me, but there was still nothing there. I was starting to freak out. I turned to go back upstairs, and that's when I saw it. There was a figure standing in the doorway at the top of the stairs, watching me. I couldn't see its face, but I could tell it was wearing a mask. And then, it spoke. Trick or treat.
Ooh. For AI, that was actually vile. That was scary. Okay. That was scary for a different reason. So it's still scary, but that made me scared for how close AI, because that was winning like really well. That entire story was written by someone fake. Oh my gosh. The story was good, but that made me scared for a different reason. That made me scared with how close AI is to take over the world, man. That was written by a fake person. Y'all, anything in the world. Okay. Let me give a different reason. Okay. Alright. Next up, we have Horror Suits Party. Still can't go for that last video. AI, man. Ugh. Oof. But it was a few 4 days ago. Let's see. I'm gonna go to the channel and see which. What's wrong with the thumbnails? Why are those thumbnails like weird? Let me see here. Okay. I think. Yeah, we're gonna do this one from 3 months ago. Okay. I'm not gonna be watching all of these, but of course it has to be an ad, so give me a minute. January 19th, what came out. So this is 3 Scary True Walmart Horror Stories, but I think we all reacted to 1, or maybe 2. I think yeah, 2. We had to 2 of these, and then you can go watch the 1 on y'all's own. Alright, here we go. This channel, man, the channel is so good, man. This channel is known for the most good feels across kitchens, like Spaghetti Scary Sundays, like the Grinch one, the one with Disney, that McDonald's one. There's been a lot of good feels on this channel. But this channel had that one with the fat dude that wouldn't leave the restaurant. So yeah, this channel has some of the most goated animations, whole anime. So I'm really excited for this one. So yeah. Alright, here we go. I hope it is. Taylor Nicholson? Come on, Taylor. Taylor Nicholson. Really? Not even the person who narrated the last one. Fun fact. That's not my all time, just lost. Hopefully, Taylor Nicholson narrates the second one. I don't know Walmart it was. Alright.
I went to Walmart with my girlfriend late at night to avoid the crowds. It's the best time to go shopping, in my opinion. We went around the store, putting a lot of stuff in our cart. This was one of those big stocking up trips, so that's why my girlfriend went with me. As we strolled around the aisles, she pointed out that it seemed like we were being followed. That's when I noticed this creepy, gaunt-looking dude staring at us. At first, I didn't quite believe her, but I then noticed him. Wherever we went, he followed. Always just far away from us that I couldn't say anything to him without shouting. I didn't want to approach him though. He was freaking both of us out. The way he was grinning just made it 10 times worse. I tried to see if we could lose him quickly by going down aisles and doubling back a few aisles over, but he always found us. When it came time to go over to the checkout area, we hoped that cutting through the clothing section would help us not run into him. The guy was creepy as hell. I thought about complaining to the Walmart staff about this weirdo, but he technically wasn't breaking the law. So we decided to just check out and get the hell out of there as soon as possible. But then out of nowhere, he jumped out from behind a rack and tackled me.
Ah!
Oh my God.
What are you doing? Get off me! A loss prevention officer. You're being detained for theft. We got him. Come on out.
Wait, what? Wait, what? Wait, what? Wait, what?
But we didn't steal anything.
Yeah,
Shut up! Hell up before I split your face open. We know who you are.
Stop! He didn't do anything wrong. Help us, somebody. He's innocent.
Quiet, bitch, or you're going down with him.
I was so caught off guard. As he was pinning me down, I tried pleading with him to let me go, but nothing I said made him act any different. I was so confused. I'd never stolen anything in my life, and definitely not that night. I tried to think of any other reason he might have thought I was stealing, but it just didn't make any sense. I kept begging the guy to let me go, but everything I said just made him dig his knee into my neck even harder. When the cops came, he finally let me up, only for me to be dragged from the ground and pinned against the wall as they put me in handcuffs. The cop didn't listen to anything I said either. By this point, I wasn't just confused. I was getting pissed off.
Mr. Von der Linde, you are under arrest for theft of over $100. You have...
What? That's not my name. That's not me.
Sir, calm down.
No, you got the wrong guy. Check my wallet. Look at my ID. Look.
Sir, do not reach into your pocket. Sir.
As I tried pulling out my wallet from my back pocket, the cop thought I was going to pull out a weapon, so he body slammed me to the floor. He drove my face into the ground and tightened the handcuffs as far as they would go, digging them into my wrist. I thought he was going to take me out. I was sure the next thing I felt was going to be a bullet through my chest, or my whole body being electrocuted until I got brain damage. I didn't want any of that to happen, so I just went limp. Unfortunately, my supposed resistance made the cop even more of a douchebag. He lifted me up and put me on my feet, then started pushing me out of the store so hard I almost tripped and fell on my face several times. My girlfriend had started filming and was crying, but there was no sympathy for her either. They kept threatening to take her down like they did me and arrest her. I can't understand how somebody can scream in the face of a sobbing woman and then push her boyfriend into a wall right after. I had given up on trying to convince them that they had the wrong guy. I was taken to a holding cell in the county jail. They took all my belongings and made me change out of my clothes. As they were booking me, I couldn't help but tell the clerk to look at my ID and tell me what it said. When she said my name, I saw the cop realize he had screwed up, but instead of being sorry, he looked like he was about to punch me in the face. He made the clerk check to see if it was a fake, which of course it wasn't, but it still wasn't enough for them to let me go. That piece of crap called me a liar and threw me in a cell. Then he left. I was there for hours, almost an entire day before I was finally released the next night. Someone with a brain finally took a look at why I was in there and let me out. The real culprit they were looking for did get arrested soon after. I went looking for his mugshot, but lo and behold, he looked nothing like me. The only similarities were that we were both the same ethnicity and had short hair. I'm suing the loss prevention idiot, the cop, and Walmart for falsely arresting me. I expect to be paid. Not only was I never observed stealing, I was racially profiled and assaulted. Loss prevention officers should never even have the right to physically detain anyone. They're not cops, but I guess they just like the power trip and think they are one. It's scary to think that there might be a person like that walking you in any store you walk into. This story by a disturbing incident regarding a man at the center of a viral video of an arrest at a Spring Hill Walmart. Tony Nguyen of Hudson said he's suing Walmart, a loss prevention officer, and the Hernando County deputy who arrested him. The lawsuit calls for more than $10 million over claims of racial profiling and false arrest. I'm just happy to be alive today. It could have went south. I could be dead, Nguyen said. Plaintiffs said authorities were looking to arrest Cody Von Lindy, another man of Asian descent, but thought he was Nguyen during a visit in November. The video taken by Nguyen's girlfriend has garnered more than 800,000 views on his YouTube channel. Plaintiffs state through the 911 audio that the real suspect, Von Lindy, was aggressive and likely armed. The plaintiffs state Nguyen was never asked for his identification. The lawsuit claims it wasn't until they reached the jail that Nguyen's identity was confirmed. Plaintiffs also claim in their lawsuit that Nguyen wasn't cleared right away. Instead, authorities used a 2013 incident in which Nguyen had been trespassed due to shoplifting at the same Walmart to keep him detained. The plaintiffs said charges were later dropped.
Okay, one thing about that one. That one was really falsely arresting someone. That's 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 sad. Alright, let's go to the next one. What the news made for the wait. Another one out here. Oh, of course.
I do loss prevention at Walmart. I just got switched over to this position from stocking shelves a few weeks ago. The job consisted of getting to wear regular clothes, wander around the store, and act like a regular shopper. But in reality, I have to look out for sketchy behavior and shoplifting, as I always work during peak hours, when the most shoplifting happens. So far, I haven't had much trouble with the people I've caught, all except for one occasion. It was the busiest hour of the day, as usual, when I was looking around. That's when I spotted a fat old woman rolling around on a mobility scooter. She was real freaky looking. I don't know how else to describe her, but it was like she was made of rags, all layered on top of each other and drooping downward. And her breasts looked like 2 tube socks filled with handfuls of change. I usually have more sympathy for the elderly and the disabled, but something about her was sketchy, so I started tailing her. It didn't take long for my suspicions to grow. She spotted early on and glared at me before her eyes darted away and she drove off. Whenever we ended up in the same aisle, she would immediately leave and go to another one. And despite my efforts to not get caught watching her, we made eye contact quite a few times. Eventually, she actually confronted me before I confronted her, saying,
"Are you stalking me?"
"No, I'm not."
"Then stop following me!"
"Lady, I wouldn't even follow you on Instagram, let alone in real life." I then saw her go into another aisle. That's when I started tailing about 10 yards behind her. By the time I got around the corner, she had turned around to camp right at the end of the aisle, causing me to bump into her on accident, setting her off.
"You better get the hell away from me, you creep! I ought to smack you with my sandbags and get you arrested this instant!"
"Ma'am, please, I'm not following you. It's just a coincidence." I couldn't tell if she really thought I was stalking her, or if she was just angry with me getting in the way of her stealing. I never caught her in the act, but I noticed something pretty strange. I'd seen her disappear into an aisle and come back out a few minutes later looking like she had put on even more weight. This happened 2 or 3 times, and I eventually couldn't let it go any further. I went up and confronted her. I revealed that I was a loss prevention officer and that I knew she was stealing. But instead of accepting that she'd been caught, the situation blew up in my face.
"Who do you think you are? A cop?"
"No, ma'am, I'm not a cop. I already told you I work for Walmart."
"Well, you can't do anything to me then! You're more worse than a mall cop! Get out of my way!"
"Ma'am, I know you've been stuffing merchandise under your shirt."
"The audacity! The only thing I stuff in my face when I'm at McDonald's or my husband when he..."
"Bitch, I can see the corner of a box sticking out right there."
"That's my nipple, you pervert! I knew you were just a creep! Help! Somebody get this creep away from me!"
"Calm down. The cops won't be as nice as me."
Stop it! Stop it!
Oh my goodness.
Suddenly, the
I think
nasty
that's
woman
how
started
they'll
ramming
say
into
that
me
way.
with
I
her
can know
car.
that's how
I tried to push it
they go
back,
fast.
but it was more powerful than I expected. I saw the bright red kill switch on the handle and smacked it, turning it off. The woman tried starting it up again so she could ram into me some more, but when she couldn't figure it out, she got even more hysterical, flailing her arms in anger and screamed nonsense. I stepped closer to try and detain her, but then she jumped out of the seat and grabbed me. She latched onto me and tried to gouge my eyes out.
Oh my goodness.
You bitch!
I couldn't stand with all her weight hanging on me, so I fell to the ground, only for her to get on top of me. It was like being enveloped into a disgusting mass of fat. Smells that shouldn't exist assaulted my nostrils. I had to use all my strength to push her off. Then I kicked her off me, sending her rolling away. She rolled about 6 feet away from her scooter, immediately trying to crawl over to it because she couldn't even walk. I watched as she tried to pull herself up onto it, but she just kept falling. The cops were already on their way, so after a minute of struggling to watch that sad sight, I just sat down on the scooter and put my feet on her back, leaning forward a good amount to press my weight onto her. The police eventually came and took her out of the store. Apparently, she had several other shoplifting convictions, so my feeling about her in the beginning turned out to be more correct than I thought. It doesn't thrill me, though. After dealing with her, I am seriously reconsidering this loss prevention job. I don't want to go through anything like that ever again. This story was inspired by a bizarre incident regarding a 67-year-old woman named Karen Bayless, who was arrested after allegedly getting caught shoplifting from the Walmart on Greenbrier Road. Wichita Falls Police Department spokesperson Sergeant Harold McClure said officers were dispatched to the Walmart located in the 5100 block of Greenbrier Road for a theft and criminal trespass call. Officers spoke with Walmart loss prevention officer who told them they observed the suspect, later identified as Bayless, acting suspiciously. Loss prevention officers told police that while Bayless, riding the motorized scooter, removed barcodes from items and concealed the items under her. That's when loss prevention officers followed Bayless out of the store, where they detained her. 3 stolen items were recovered: an electric pencil sharpener, a box cutter, and 2 packages of razor blades. Record shows that Bayless had 3 previous convictions for theft. Bayless was arrested for theft with 2 or more previous convictions and criminal trespass.
Hey, I should just made it more traumatic, I guess, or more, I don't know. Alright, y'all can go see the last one on its own, but those were good. Those were good. I think, man, who was those part, man? I think it was Terrence Dickinson that narrated the second one. So yeah. Alright, we got 2 more videos left, and I think for this one, I'm gonna it was a time ago what his title was. Remember his title name? So the House films. I was never gonna remember that. See what they have been up to. Been a while since I typed in on them. Well, they've been up to much. Okay, I'm seeing 3 here, but I think I'm gonna do it on the most gets my attention. This is the violinist. I don't know why I can't say that. So yeah, this is 12 films. So the house films. I write them on the last episode of this before a huge hiatus from this. Because kids has been running their videos, and not video, right? To 2. So yeah, so that was recorded. Yeah, this one about does that good? Does that good? The ballerina was really good, and then I feel that because kids in the building. So yeah, all right, people, here we go. So the half films. I think it's go Victoria. Or maybe it's not. I can't tell. It might be. I don't think it is. Yeah, it is. Oh no, I think I don't. Yeah, no, that's not Victoria. I can't tell. Sorry. Hmm. on wheels so far. But, Huh? Caesar played the violin with the music on the phone. That stopped. Where's the music here coming from? Oh my goodness, that scared me. He's pushing on the thumbnail. Except not saying much, it's just weird. Okay, so it's gonna get scary. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I don't know why I would say getting out in the first place, but okay. What? There has been any dialogue in this. It's all the same for the ballerina. Man, that's a house film. Oh, yeah. How does it go for Toya? With a video. A. Or maybe that wasn't Victoria in the video. I thought it was. Man, so good. And when did that come out? Oh, 10 of last year. That's how it's such hot films. Go as always. We have one for your left. Well, full of me to put it down. But that was legal. I like the creepiness of it. And I don't know why she was like, that person's hang on. It's like I possessed. But yeah, I know I would do that. And then bringing up the ham, I'm from the power winner. I'm just reminded of the power winner because of there being no dialogue. So, yeah. All right. Trying to think. Let's see what Ultra has, because it's been a while, and Ultra is also a class on Quiz Kissing. Ooh, it has some recent ones. Okay, so this feels already long. I want to do a soul one because this feels already babe to be 40 plus minutes, and again, I'm like pill on my laptop, I can handle that big for file. So, yeah. So let me see. They've been doing a lot of these. Jeez. Let's do. I think we did this one from 4 months ago. Called Born Again. Alright. Let's see. When was this? This was Symbol. Alright. So very recent one. Alright, up to again a class known for Duel, the one with the box, the one the most famous for is the man in the box. That was the Web Willie, that one. Remember that one really well. I think it was one with that made teeth hurt. That made Chris get his teeth hurt. So yeah. So also it's a classic. So let's get to it. Last one. That's good. I guess one also fall.
Shut up. Nope.
But
What do you want me to do?
it's happening.
We chant that. What oi tell, anagraven. What oi big, anagraven. What oi tell.
Hey guys. Oh, shit. Sorry. Sorry guys. Sorry. It's mine.
God damn it. Oh.
Who is this dude?
Okay. Yeah. I told them I had to be out by like 2, and they said as long as I had all the Hitachis unloaded, and I was like, shit, I'll be out of there early. That's no problem. But they were the 60 inchers, which aren't like heavy, but they're awkward.
Oh my God. Just give me the fucking book.
Oh, right. Sorry. Oh, yeah. The guy told me
To shut up? Did he tell you to shut up?
Jeez.
Okay, sorry. There it is. God damn it. Is it?
They Panda mask.
Hey, Janet.
Nuad oitel, anagraven. Oi evig, anagraven. Nuad oitel, anagraven. Nuad evig, anagraven.
Duad nems in it. Things. God damn it.
Nasrednu, oi ekamatag, nilith mi uletana sujai. You gretu inamorph site. I call ye forth, Lucifer, archfiend of the world, beholden to the power of my satanic name, Marduk.
I call ye forth, Mephistopheles,
Okay,
Prince of Perdition, compelled by the force of my dark name, Zagarim!
I call ye forth, Diabolus, our fallen angel of pain, obligated by the doom of my true name, Aranuna!
I call ye forth the devil with my name, Greg.
Greg. Look at Greg.
Come on!
He's trying his best, okay?
I didn't know we were doing names.
Nastrenu oi kamata. Nilith mi uletana sujai. You gretu inamorph site. Nidlo oi. Nilith mi uletana sujai.
Steve?
Yog retu inamorph site en lo oi. Oh, Steve.
Get ready! At last our Dark Master is coming!
For
Marmaduke, whatever. I really think. Oh man. I think that.
One boy, Eval of Stregnot on Eru.
He's here to destroy it all!
Destroy it all! It is the great reckoning. With the power of this book of darkness, we summon thee!
That's not creepy.
Jesus Christ.
That was a fire ended off with. That was a fire ended off with. Also, no? Keep being the goat. Like, real. Horror films. Man, where was I going? And this book has been making a lot of realistic videos on this channel recently. But that time I'm making new reactions on the covers I've been doing with me songs. So yeah, but there's a post a new cover yesterday. So my confidence to my mom because my mom said she'll go check that out. But also, as always, I don't know what's going on. Like, why does Greg do this on? I don't know why he has one thing. Greg could win everything. I know my kind of I'm putting Dad Gonzalez on fan page because his fan base go Greg, so I'm sorry, Dad Gonzalez. Yeah. Anyways, first, 25 minutes, so I'm gonna end this here. Next week, y'all be on time. Don't be late. Of course, listen, family, and I'll speak to you Sunday. But next week, we'll have a talk. Save y'all. Around time next week. Speaking Sunday. But that's it. Next week will be the Netflix episode, but tomorrow we'll get my attitude. That's the way I'll get miracles because someone that said, I want it for the music video. They will say, be my master film action. Then, so they'll be on my school days of life, while doing all my classes. And, see, I think then I'm finally gonna do a Friday, we'll see. Anyway, that's it. Much watching, subscribe, and again, my own time. being on time was there was gonna be consequences. There were no consequences this time. This was my fault. But next week, y'all better be on time. So you can see you Monday. See you next week. Deuces. Well, see you tomorrow, actually. Let me rephrase that. See you tomorrow. Deuces. These videos are creepy. I think my least favorite video probably would have been, hold on. What would have, if I had to read, let me see. What was my least favorite video of that? Probably the two windy source again. Also, it's not that creepy. The fourth one would be the AI one, probably. Yeah, I think I'm waiting for reacted to them. So between the finalists and Born Again, I think I have to say that I like finalists better than Born Again, just because I actually know Born Again is better than finalists because I love Amblin, much awesome. I said to my wife, to this go, the story of Game Miracle. I know I'm gonna actually say for your 2 fans, I guess, like a blind have to dispute and all that. So yeah. So this I'm gonna see y'all I get to the massive reaction. So yeah. This is catch y'all later. Bye.